Over the last 3 months, we've been talking about the 10 commandments for enjoying your life. That's a list that I put together from my own journey of imperfection of things that have helped me to enjoy what's happening around me a lot more than I did before. Things that I was doing in the past that weren't serving me, and alternatives that are going to give me the results that I want. And as this month is Emotional Intelligence Awareness Month, I want to unpack a number of things from that subject that help me to be able to live up to those 10 commandments. As I've said, I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress just like you. However, putting these things together makes it a lot simpler to be able to stay on track. So stick with me, because this week I want to start off by talking about the power of emotional intelligence. We are emotional beings. Every single one of us are created with emotions as the basis for our survival, for being able to be who we need to be and do what we need to do in every area of our life. Quite often I hear people say things like, "Oh, leave your emotions at home," or "don't be so emotional." And it really gets my goat, because it's not possible for a human being to be anything but emotional. We are emotional beings. It's part of our wiring. It's a part of our DNA. There's been so many things over the years that have needed to be unlearned about what we were taught based on the understanding that we had then of what emotions were, and indeed emotional intelligence, which comes from that. I want to just make sure that as we go through over the next few weeks, we can clear the slate and start with a benchmark understanding of what it really is, so that you can then use that, coupled with those 10 commandments, to enjoy the next part of your journey even more. So let's start talking about why this subject was so important to me, and why wherever I work all around the world, people sit up and take notice, because they realize that this is the key to being able to go from who they are with all the challenges to who they want to be. You see, we're all in constant conflict. Conflict that starts internally, the conflict between who we believe we are and who we really are, that internal dialogue based on the experiences and the beliefs that we've had, and then stemming into conflict with others. When we handle our emotions in an unhealthy way, it really eliminates our engagement, and it creates chronic stress. That leads to us being sicker and taking longer to get well. It decreases our productivity. In our career, it creates conflict, which can include leaving relationships and jobs. That means that our career is going to take a back step. But it doesn't have to be that way. When we learn about how to navigate our emotions in a healthy way, we can have great relationships. We can have all the energy that we need to be who we need to be in every area of our life. Teams seem to work together with a common goal. And even though there's differences, those differences are celebrated and harnessed and brought together so that collectively we can achieve more. 90% of the attributes that we need to be able to get on with others and get done what we need to get done and have a great career, and indeed our entire life, can be found in these skills. It's not to say that our cognitive intelligence and our technical skills are not important. They are. However, these are the skills that separate you from just being able to do things and have talents that can be used in the workplace in a technical role. These are the skills that allow you to get on well with yourself and others and be a great leader as well. My experience is that in my corporate career, I didn't have any of these skills, or indeed they were pretty low. I didn't even know they existed. Ever since finding out that they did, I've been on a passionate quest to be able to increase my own and help as many people as I can around the world. As I said, this month is Emotional Intelligence Awareness Month. So what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is create an awareness around what it is, what it isn't, and how to use it in your life. Emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of the emotion that you are experiencing in the moment, and then to use that information to manage your behavior. So it's not about managing the emotion. An emotion is a physiological sensation in the body that, when coupled with our thoughts and what we make that mean, becomes a feeling that we put a name on and that we navigate. Depending on how we navigate that, it will go in certain directions. Sometimes it will escalate in intensity. Other times it will be able to be harnessed and navigated in a way that our behavior is healthy for us and for those around us. Unfortunately, though, for most of us, because we haven't been taught how to do this, that's not the case. So the first thing is, it's an ability. It's a set of skills that every single one of us can learn. It has nothing to do with age, with ability, with the stage of life that you're in, your career, or anything else. So long as you have a desire to grow and a mindset that says, I've got some great strength and some areas that I need to be developed in, you can start from where you are now, draw a line in the sand, and incrementally increase these skills. Emotional intelligence is part of a four-quadrant model, which is a model that talks about self and about others. And indeed, when you put the two together, it's emotional and social intelligence. Emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness. And there are competencies in there to enable you to know the emotion you're going through and why, and to be able to accurately assess where you are in those various competencies. It also has what I believe the baseline competency, which is personal power, which is all about your self-worth, your self-confidence, your ability to know that you've got everything within you and around you to get ahead in life. Then we have self-management, 10 competencies that enable you to take what the awareness gives you and then implement strategies so that you can then manage the behavior. You can navigate the emotion in a healthy way so that it gets the results that you want. Then we look at others and we look at social intelligence. And social intelligence is the ability to be aware of what might be going on in the emotions of others, and then to be able to navigate that in a way that allows us to have more healthy relationships. Social intelligence starts with awareness of others, being able to have empathy and an understanding of what's going on around you, having a wide-angled lens and being curious and looking at things in a way of serving others, not just getting what you want yourself. Then there are 10 competencies of relationship management, things like communication and conflict management, and the competencies that are unfortunately called soft skills. They're not the soft skills, they're the ones that when we are low in them, and particularly in a collective environment, everybody's low or has room for improvement in them, that can create a lot more conflict and a lack of that unity we need to get things done. So next week, we're going to start the journey of looking at self-awareness, because that's where it starts. It's no use coming down here and building those relationship management skills when the foundation of your own emotional awareness is low. So come with me. Join me again next week as we continue this conversation where it all starts with self-awareness. I'll see you then.